Hi guys, this is Mrs. Parenti. I hope you're all well. I'm trying something new here to record a lesson, so let's hope this works. Okay, so we're starting our surface area and volume unit. I hope that you did the ed puzzle already and the nets. Um, that's important here just to get started and kind of know what we're talking about. So it says the following rectangular prism has 6 faces. Find the surface area by first adding the area of each face. So there are formulas to finding the surface area of the different prisms and solids. But before we start using those formulas, I just want to make sure that you guys understand that all we're doing is finding the area of each face, this face, this face, this face, and the hidden faces right on the back side of this prism here, and adding them together. That's all surface area is. So when we take a look at the front face here, that would be, let's make that purple. I'm talking about this face right here. If we want to calculate the area of that, it's just 3 times 2. So the area here is 6, and we're multiplying feet times feet, so that's feet squared. The back is going to be that same rectangle there, so 2 times 3. So again, it's going to be, 6 feet squared. The right side right here is this. I'm going to change colors. This is green, maybe. That's this side over here. So the bottom, the base of that is 6. Now this length, to be able to calculate the area of this rectangle, this is going to be the same as this one over here, right? Because that's a rectangle and those opposite sides are congruent. So this is also 2. So the area of that green rectangle is now 2 times 6. So that is 12 feet squared. Oops, what am I doing here? You guys gotta bear with me. I'm new at using this. Where is my... The left side is going to be the same thing, the same rectangle. That's the hidden side on the other side of this prism. So it's also going to be 12 feet squared. Let's see, I'm going to change colors. Let's use red. So now if we're talking about the top, this is a rectangle also where this length is 3. And then we know this is 6. So this is also going to be 6 on this edge right here. So the area of that is just 3 times 6, which we know is 18 feet squared. The bottom is the same rectangle, but it's hidden under there, so it's another 18 feet squared. And then for the total surface area, we just need to add this whole thing together, right? So we've got 10 and 10 there, that's 20. So then another 8 is 28, and 30, so that's 36. So this whole thing here is 36. That would mean these are the same, so this whole thing here is 36. So we add those together, we're going to get 72 feet squared for the total surface area of this rectangular prism. So the hard thing about doing it this way is that it's easy to lose track of what sides you've already calculated and which ones you haven't. Right, you got to visualize the back sides on this figure that we can't see right now, right? The ones that are hidden. And then, you know, add it all together. So there's just a lot of room to make mistakes in there, even though I think this is a nice, easy method to calculate the surface area of a solid. So we will get to those formulas. I just want to make sure that we understand this first before we go to the formulas, because this is all the formulas are helping us do, right? So this is another rectangular prism, so we could calculate the surface area the same way. We know that this base is 12 here. The height of this front rectangle would be 6, since that's 6 over there, so that would be 6. We know this is 15, so this would be 15. So I think we have everything we need then, right? If this side is 15 over here, that means this side is 15. That means this is 6, so we could calculate the area of this rectangle back here, right? And we would just add all those together like we did for this one if we wanted the total surface area to do it that way. So now those are both rectangular prisms. I hope from doing the ed puzzle the other day you guys know that prisms don't always have to be rectangular prisms, right? It just depends on what the shape the bases are. So this is an example of a triangular prism because the bases are triangles, these opposite parallel sides here, right? So these opposite parallel sides here, I'll shade it so you know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about this. Whoops, whoops, whoops. Where's my pen? I'm talking about this triangle right here and this triangle right here. Those triangles opposite from one another, right? Make this a triangular prism. But if those opposite parallel bases were octagons, it'd be an octagonal prism. If those bases were pentagons, it'd be a pentagonal prism. If these were, you know, any shape, then that's how you name that prism. So you just got to watch out for these opposite parallel shapes that are the same, right? So we can see that the bases here are triangles, but these sides, let me change colors, but these sides, this side back here and this side on the bottom and this whole side right here, those are all rectangles, right? So if we were going to find the surface area of this by adding the area of each face, we have 3 rectangles we got to account for and the 2 triangles. So that's not so bad. We know how to calculate the area of all those things, right? So this triangle, we would have to do a half times base times height, right? Because that's how we find the area of a triangle. So this would be a half times 4 times, uh-oh, what's the height here? It doesn't show it, but luckily it has it over here, this 3 centimeters. So I know this is also 3 centimeters, so that's nice. If they didn't give me that 3 centimeters over there, we know this is a right triangle because it shows me this little symbol right here, right? We could use Pythagorean theorem to solve for this side that we don't know. 4 squared plus x squared equals 5 squared, and we could solve it that way, right? But we didn't need to here since they gave it to us over there. So we got 2 triangles like that, so we could take that and multiply it by 2 or add it with itself, right? That accounts for those 2 triangles. And then we have those 3 rectangles we said we needed to worry about. So if I do this, actually, which one do I want to do first? I'll do this one first, this blue one, that kind of back top side. So the area of that will be the length times width because it's a rectangle. We got a 5 over here, and then we need to know what this distance is, but that's going to be the same as that. So that's just an 8. So 5 times 8 would give us 40 there. Plus, let's go to the bottom one. I'll switch to green. So if I wanted to calculate the area of this rectangle down here, that's 4 times 8. 4 times 8 is 32. Plus, we got one more we need to worry about. I'll use yellow. We need to worry about this rectangle right here. So the base of that is 8. The height of that is 3. So 8 times 3 is 24. And then we just need to add all that stuff together in order to have the total surface area, oops, of this rectangular, I mean not rectangular, this is a triangular prism. So you guys know 4 times 3 is 12. 12 times a half would be 6, but 6 times 2 brings us back to 12. So this is actually 12 plus 40 plus 32 plus 24. And you just add all that together, right, to get your total surface area for that. So I hope that makes sense. Surface area, finding the total area of our solid. We can always just take each face, find the area, and then add them all together at the end. Cool, thanks.